The following program may contain language of an adult nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net.
We think it's the banning of
We are anonymous. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch jerk man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of the shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Ah, yes! Finally kicked those fuckers off the air.
It's about goddamn time. I got sick of those fucks.
Yeah, that G.J. Jerkman and Maxwell Silverhammer with all their goddamn anti-corporate talk.
Just be happy. We're gonna go celebrate right now. I think we should go do some golf and butt fuck one another.
Oh, that's the greatest. I'm ready. Hold on. Go get in the car here.
Get the hell in the other side. Another side. There you go.
There we go.
All right.
Oh, this is a great day.
I'm gonna start it up now. You ready?
These bastards.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Bora Bora, here we go.
It's the STIM Radio Show.
Maxwell Silverhammer, G.J. Jerkman, Cruise Control, and G Motor. Do you smell fire? I think somebody lit a cigarette. No, it's the hottest radio show on the internet. So keep it locked here from 7 to 9, cause the STIM Radio family ahead of their time. And now it's lesson 1, man, this is lesson 2. No format because they keep it fresh and new. And this is what I call HQ. A win for you, a musical genius, man. They can't paint it like a face is. But if the content is making you sick, take some Dayquil. And if you think that the jocks sound quirky, allow me to introduce you to the shit that irks me.
Spread them cheeks!
As your anus leaks and your fecal matter and urine reek, it's the beginning of the goddamn week.
Shit, that fucking cocksucking jism gargling irks me.
Manic Monday edition.
AIDS attrition.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Sunday, because that's my fun day.
Yeah.
I don't have to run day.
Whoa, oh, uh-oh. So.
Happy Monday. I back at the Father Time Dog.
Yes,
town.
we are back in Father Timeville, man, except we're upstairs now. I feel like I'm broadcasting from up in the air, man. Up in the air, Junior Bird Brain.
Oh, you feel like you're in a 2-story building on the top floor.
I am, man. I'm broadcasting from the air. I'm talking.
You're broadcasting from high above everyone else. You're like in a real radio station, almost high in the air.
Yeah, I know. Well, and KLAV's up in the air now. I mean, in more ways than one. That was a bad pun.
Up in the air. What? I guess are they struggling?
Well, what happened was Vegas Unwrapped is now taking them over, and they've split up, and it's weird, dude. Basically, they got rid of their internet station because these other two dudes bought it, and it's a whole bunch of weird shit. But their internet station is back upstairs in the building where I work in. It's really strange, yeah. Van R, your favorite place, right?
Terrible experience. Anybody in their right mind who runs these radio shows are fucking nuts, batshit crazy.
Yeah, I know. God damn, you have to be to do this kind of shit.
Seriously, it'd be batshit crazy or just fucked up in the head somehow.
Right. I mean, I don't. Who wakes up and says, "Damn, I want a radio station"?
Who wants to wake up and go, "Damn, I want to be rated by people who don't understand what I'm doing for them," because they want me to do something by throwing me 17 discs all at once and tell me to play a track from each disc every 2 minutes, back to back on different discs from 7 different.
Wasn't that DJ Ronks Bunks?
Holleration.
Oh, it was Holleration. Oh,
Ronks
yeah.
Bunks wasn't that bad. It was Holleration.
That's right.
Holleration,
and he brought all his ghetto motherfuckers in there to hang out with him, and come on, dog, come down to the studio.
My son is gonna be an amazing rapper. Yeah, son can rap.
Did he have dope rhymes, man? Did you hear him spit?
His rhymes were okay. I mean,
all right for a 7-year-old, right?
For 7, they were not bad. They were devastating D caliber.
Oh, okay. Actually, shit, probably Devastating D probably would have eaten him up.
No, actually, they were actually not that bad. But it just seemed the parent like, hey, my kid's got talent.
Right. And you're going, yeah, you and every other kid.
He's got talent. Oh, boy.
My kid's gonna be somebody.
My kid is amazing. Listen to him spit those rhymes, homie. Dude, he learned all that stuff in growing up in the suburbs in fucking Summerlin, man. Fucking
dude.
Lakes area, dude. He was one of those skateboarding kids. He used to go around in gangs and beat up kids in lakes.
One of those little white kids that had nothing else to be worried about, and they were just rich and, could do whatever they wanted to. Like
Pretty much.
Like those, remember those kids, the 311 boys from years ago?
311 boys,
those fucking kids that ran around and, like, just, beat people up and did dumb shit.
They were the type of one, I know somebody from the 28th Street. Remember 28th Street?
Oh, God, yes.
28th Street, the worst street in town, man.
Yo.
Probably is, though.
It probably is. But
probably got black guys coming up and shooting fucking cops in the back of the fucking skull.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Cops, dude, this world is fucked up. And then earlier in this week, dude, the black guy who killed the fucking anchor, the news anchor.
I heard about that
on Facebook. He literally posted it on Facebook, dude.
But there's another dude there was like a group of black people beating up on this white woman, and he's going, wrong hood, bitch, wrong hood. And actually, they were talking about that on Alex Jones's show yesterday. And so you got to wonder, you're like, okay, is this shit, I mean, obviously it's going on, but they're really pushing the fuck out of it, you notice. You know what I'm saying?
The Black Lives Matter. Did you hear what the Black Lives Matter people said after the cop got killed? What they chanted when they were walking down the street?
What was their chant?
Pigs in a blanket, fry like bacon. Pigs in a blanket, fry like bacon.
Damn. Wow. Well,
pigs in a blanket. What does that mean, of course, right?
Oh,
pig.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Man. Well, that's, that's the thing, though, man. It's I think a lot of this shit, though, the media is pushing it and perpetuating it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they do. And our culture is so stupid now, technologically, from different, since basically we're so technologically bombarded that we're actually more influenced, I think, now by technology than we used to be. I think we've trained ourselves to be more influenced by it as a society.
Right.
So basically, that's what our society is now. Because I was thinking about this over the weekend. Is that our society is basically online now.
Yeah.
Our society has moved to an online because everyone can come. It's basically an online society as much as it is a face-to-face society now. So we're influenced by shit. I read that on the internet. That must be true,
Oh, yeah. Well, even like some of these crazy conspiracy theorists, they believe they're just as bad because they believe everything they read online. They're just as bad as the dummies who believe everything they see on TV.
Yeah, it's scary shit, man. I keep thinking we might make it, but every day I'm seeing more and more crazy shit, batshit stuff happening, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, we've got that cop, we've got another cop was killed, and then we're all because we're all focusing on race now.
It's of course.
There's people that believe that white people can't be oppressed, So basically, what does that mean? That white people aren't really human, right?
Well, obviously, you're beyond being oppressed.
Yeah, you're above it. You're white men. Men can't be oppressed, to be oppressed is to be a victim, which means to be vulnerable and need help. So, we're in deep shit, man.
Yeah, I see that. And it's there was something else though, dude. I just lost my train of thought. Something that I was thinking about over there. Oh, so my mom went. I guess her and my stepdad went out of the country for a couple weeks. They went to Turkey. They went to Turkey and Greece, man.
Turkey and Greece?
Yep, they went to Turkey and Greece.
Why would you go to Greece right now? Greece is a shithole right now.
You know what, though? It wasn't as bad from what my mom and she said. Greece was a little bit, kind of ghetto-fied from what she said, but Turkey was really nice, and the people were nice, and there was no problems. So, now, granted, that's probably most of the tourist area, but still... I know they try to, hype this whole thing of there's social unrest all over the world, duh. And then you go and you're just like, really? What the fuck are you guys talking?
They had a good time then.
They had a great time. Yeah, and they said the people were very nice and friendly, and they made a bunch of friends from other countries, and So, and they went out of, like they did this boat ride. It went around, around.
Okay, so but your point on that was to bring it up was.
Well,
that they went, or that that it was better than in America.
Well, I guess my whole point with that is sometimes, man, some of the shit, because the media wants to just push the violence and push how bad things are all the fucking time.
Oh, of course.
And really, it may not be as crazy as they're trying to make it.
0.1% of people arrested. 0.1, not 1%. 0.1% of the people that are arrested are killed when they're arrested.
Yeah.
So you're talking about 99.9% of people that are arrested have no issues in terms of them being violence on them.
Yeah.
Or being killed.
Well,
and part of that, at 0.1, do you know that there are more white people killed by cops every year than black people?
I'm sure there probably are.
No one talks about that though. People think, well, black people are minority, population.
Oh.
But they're the majority of people killed. No, it's not the case. More white people are killed than black people.
Well, what they're trying to do is they're trying to create a race war. Is what they're trying to do. They want to keep
they want to keep everybody divided so that no one can realize that we're all getting fucked.
Yeah, who your real enemy is, which is your government.
So the same people can get elected. Yeah, so that the same people can get elected because you'll vote by the color of their skin or their genitalia.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Because we got.
So it's not, and it works. That's the thing. It works.
Yeah, I know. That's what's sad. That people are such sheeple. They just fall for the shit every time. I don't know if you saw, but I had some arguments with people on Facebook about voting on Friday. You've
had an interesting weekend. I'm sure you had a hot little.
Oh yeah, man. I had a date. It went well, actually. We had a great time. We went to PT's and shared a big bucket of chicken wings and fries and had some beers.
I'm sure she had two of them and like 5 fries while you had about 17 of them.
Hey, now, God damn it. Although
we got a 20 piece bucket. She had 3. I had 17. It was great. We shared. We totally shared the bucket.
Hey, now, God damn it. You're making me out to be this, greedy dude or something.
I let her have the fry. I let her have the fries that fell out of my hand when I was shoving 14 of them in my mouth at the same time. So if she could catch the fries that I shoved in my mouth, then she could have one too. So it was good.
No. Well, she did say, yeah, you had more wings than I did, and I was like, well, I hope I didn't.
Really, you think? Dude, if you didn't, you'd be running from that girl like, I'm fucking dating you. You had more wings than me. Shit, man, you'll eat my fucking arm off one night. Oh, fuck that shit. That was a terrible day, man. She ate so much it was disgusting. Yes, it was sick. Why is it sick? Because she ate more than me. That's sick, man. It's disgusting. Yeah, I would agree.
No, yeah, no, I had fun, man. We both had fun. We both had a good time, and we're gonna meet up next weekend, and this time she's gonna treat. So
Oh, see, that's good. That's good. You should have made her treat the first time if you're truly into equality. But I understand.
Yeah. Well, I asked her out though, man. I was.
It doesn't matter, man. You ask her out and make her pay. That's what real men do.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
You pay for me.
Pay for me, bitch. I asked you out.
Yeah, I'm the one who got the nerve to ask your ass out. You need to fucking pay for me.
No, actually, she was about to go for her wallet, and I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I thought we were going to split. I'm like, no, I asked you out. So she was like, well, next week I'll treat. And I'm like, okay,
See, that's cool. See, that's good. See, when the girl says next week, that's good, man.
Oh yeah.
So I'm happy for you, dude. It's you think it could be something cool?
It may be. I mean, it's not. We don't know. Neither of us know.
You don't know. So you're not worried about it. You're actually growing up now. So you're at the point now where you've been beaten down so much that you're like, I'm not even going to worry about it anymore.
Well, we both have.
She's exactly where you need to be. Not make up fantasies, not make up things, and. You got to be over that shit, man.
Yeah, I know.
Not because of anything like, you got to be over that shit, man. Because of your fucking sanity is the reason why.
You're right. Yeah. You dream too much.
You drink too much of the fucking Kool-Aid. You're like, and then you're like, you start tearing yourself apart and wondering about what they are when they're not even the person you think they are.
Yeah. No, you're right. No,
I know I'm right, dude.
There's another situation you may have also seen on Facebook of just what you're talking about there.
Yeah, well, that happens,
Yeah.
And you gotta live and learn. And sometimes you get caught up. That's the thing. But you gotta watch it. That's why it's dangerous because it's not easy.
Oh yeah.
That's the problem. It's not easy to not get caught up in that and not get caught up in the emotion and then just the wanting it to be what it may not be or what it is, you know.
Right. In your mind, you've created this whole thing,
and you start blaming yourself for shit when you get when you got to remember one thing, and I'm not sure, you know, this can get across, but it's not your responsibility to make it. They have half the responsibility too. So if you say something quote unquote hurtful, and you try your best to apologize, and you say, "Listen, I didn't mean it that way. I'm going to try to explain myself," and they aren't listening, then that's their responsibility at that point.
Yeah, it's not the way you conveyed it. You conveyed it the best way possible that you knew how.
Yeah, and even if you may have you know, issues. Everybody has issues. Nothing is fucking like what do you mean this isn't like the 100% the most amazing thing ever? Well, I'm not sure yet. I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know if I can do that. Well, I mean, it's just the ideals, man. It's like it's yeah, it kind of sucks.
So that's yeah. So and obviously you are making reference to the post I thought you were. So
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
You know,
and you're right. You can't blame yourself for when
you can't because that's just going to kill you. Because and you can blame yourself and say, but if you are honest with the person about that, say, hey, listen, I said some things I didn't word it correctly. You know, it's just strange. It's new territory for me. Then and they don't respond, then that's on them at that point.
Right.
Because you can't take responsibility for, well, I should have said in the first place. Well, sometimes people make fucking mistakes.
Hey.
And if you can't accept that, and if that person can't accept that, then that might be a red flag too.
You know who learned that lesson real goodly-ified?
Yes.
A few years ago, you know?
Because there's nothing you could do about it. And you realize that, you know, it was, now that you think about it, you go, wow, that was the best decision. She actually made the right decision for both of us.
Well, later, yeah, but I should have made the first decision and left it laying rather than, oh man, dude, let me call her and apologize and send her flowers and do all this dumb shit and, you know.
Well, you're gonna do that because also it's part of our society that men are not only responsible, they're responsible for relationships working or not.
Right.
See, it's always the guy. You got to make it work. Well, what about her? Well, she's there, dude. She's giving you her time. No. It's not my responsibility to make it work. I'm not a mechanic. See, guys are supposed to fix shit, even relationships.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to fix everything. And when we make mistakes, we're the ones who make the mistakes. Girls don't make mistakes. They have moments, you know.
Of course. Of course.
So we make the mistakes, so we have to fix it. So we have to feel guilty about it and wonder what we could have done, better.
Right.
And it's easy. It's very tidy and makes, you know, it's really easy. Like it's great. We get all the responsibility, all the pressure, and all the blame.
And they get to reap the rewards and all that stuff. And it's like, no, it's a two-way street here. You know, you got to work as hard as I do.
And that's the thing. At some point, it's a two-way street. And if that certain person is not going to accept an apology or just going to say fuck it, then how much do they really care in the first place?
Well, that's what I'm saying, dude. The fact
hurts to say, but
yeah, it's what's real.
It's just the way shit is, you know.
Yeah. Well, and just the fact that they all of a sudden just had a complete change of tune. You know what I'm saying? And just was like, you know, I'm mad at you now. I'm upset because you're concerned about me. I'm angry at you. So
it's just unfortunate, you know. But you gotta
just do whatever, man. Roll
you
it.
gotta do. You can, and that's the thing. See, and that's the real thing about you find out most about a person you care about when you're having those times when you're not agreeing with each other. That's when you really find out, hey, this person's kind of an asshole when they get angry. They hold grudges that are just unreasonable. They expect me to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's
stupid. Yeah, it's irrational thinking, you know. So, but no, my thing was good. You know, we went out and we've been talking a lot. We've been texting a lot. So, you know, and neither of us have any, you know, specific, you know, plans per se. You know, it's not like, well, later when
that's what causes problems is in my opinion are you know, the plans. Just at least
planning.
At this point, you know, in most relationships, you jump ahead. You jump to the, you know, you put the cart before the horse.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. Instead of just kind of seeing where it goes, you know.
Yeah, you got well, this is this, and this is blah blah blah, and, you know.
And all these weird. Oh, and also too, this wasn't a person from the dating site. This is somebody I met through work.
Well, good. Wow.
So yes, and I kind of went out of my comfort zone, man. I actually, not to give too much information, but I basically called her back and started talking to her about something, and I said, by the way, Mark, you seeing anyone? And she was like, well, no. And I'm like, would you like to go out sometime? Which, isn't my usual gig, but I did it, and it went good.
I'm proud of you, man. I am proud that you have the fortitude and the. It just makes me want to piss myself with how happy I am.
Doesn't it, man? Or maybe you should jerk off too while we're talking.
I'm gonna while we're talking.
Yeah, maybe you should just empty out real quick.
Oh,
almost done, man. Almost done.
No, it's gonna be a while.
Oh,
in about
man.
30 minutes. I'm imagining you. I'm making a story out of it. Coming.
Ooh.
So, yes.
Man.
So where'd you go? Did you go to Buffalo Wild Wings?
No, we went to go to see the Kraken. No, we went to PT's, man. PT's pub.
Oh, that's cool. Just a basic friendly pub. Why didn't you take her out to Blufagoot?
Oh, Vlorgen, man. Yeah.
Why didn't you go have some fucking Gorgon eyes, man, and eat some Kloffergen eggs?
Oh man, some sloople beans.
Sloople beans in a Tata soup.
Fuck.
That's great. So you guys just let's go to a bar and just hang out, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing is too. She doesn't drive as well, so she takes the bus also. So, and that was her first thing. She's like, "Well, I don't drive. I take a bus." And I'm like, "Oh, well, me too." So I was like, "Tell you what, how about I meet you somewhere that's close to where you live?" So we found a place, we're close to where she lived, and I just said, all right, I'll meet you up there. And we met there, and it was good, man. Had a good time. So
cool. Just that's nice, man. I'm happy shit's working out that way, dude.
Yeah, it's just like I said, man. Just we don't really know.
Just get it done before the country falls apart and the world ends, and you'll be fine, man.
You're right.
I'm not saying get it done. I'm just saying, make sure you're happy by the time that goes on, because you'll have someone to hold when the shit goes down.
Right, exactly. When shit starts blowing up and people get crazy, and well, that's back to our old thing that we're saying. I think the media tries to push this crazy shit to cause turmoil and to cause people to be upset and worry about.
Yes, but it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, because what they're doing is they actually have such a profound effect on people now.
Mm-hmm.
They are actually making it happen.
Well, yeah.
We got people now going, I'm going to kill somebody on Facebook and post it. Yeah.
It's the power of suggestion. You just suggest that shit, and they're like, ugh.
I mean, because they actually he posted it on Facebook.
Wow.
He posted him walking up with a camera and shooting this woman and this other dude and killing him.
Fucking crazy, man.
And he was a black dude. You know that, right?
Yeah. And then, or the guy who was pumping, the cop was pumping gas. I know that. There was that dude.
Yeah.
The guy walked up.
He was shot by a black guy. But then the other guy, the guy who actually shot them, was a disgruntled old, who was talking about racism, that it was discrimination. And that's one of the reasons why he shot them.
Jesus.
That won't be paraded around everywhere, if you know what I'm saying.
You think people would have grown up by now, man?
No.
Since the 60s and all that other dumb shit. It's like, really? In 2015, we're still at this dumb shit. They're still trying to keep the race war alive and all that. It's like, man, come on. You're trying to undo, what's, we're already past that shit. But
yeah,
you're right, though. There's too many idiots that will follow suit and fall into that,
Yep. And it's unfortunate, man. I just don't know what to think anymore, man. It's like every week something crazy is going on.
Some new
fucked up. Donald Trump is actually he's not gonna be elected, man. I don't think.
He probably won't be. That's why I kind of figured
he won't be nominated for the. I mean, it's just too. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, it's too crazy. It's like, yeah. I mean, there's people that I think would vote for him. I guess if your vote mattered. But
if your vote doesn't matter, what are you trying to say?
Oh man, amazingly enough, yes, my vote does not matter. That was actually John was one of the people I was debating with about that, and he was like, "Well, if you don't, if you don't vote, then you shouldn't be bitching." And I'm thinking, dude, I pay taxes. I can do all the bitching I want. Thank you very much.
Wait. If you do vote, but vote for the wrong candidate, Can you bitch at those people who voted for that candidate?
Well, and see, dude,
You can't
that's
have it both. You can't have it both ways. Right?
that's my big argument.
So like,
if
so
you did vote, you can't
somebody with
bitch.
a baseball bat who voted for Obama because he put in Obamacare. Like, you motherfucker, you voted for this fuckface, you know?
Right. Yeah. If you did vote, you don't have the right to bitch.
Yeah, exactly. If you did vote, you
Hey.
don't have the right to bitch because either you voted for the wrong candidate, or you who didn't make it, or you voted for the guy who made it and he's fucking up.
We'll be right back, bitches.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. R&B, soul. Hip-hop bangers like.
Sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
Classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on J&J.FM.
Hey, most people don't plan to fail, but a lot of people fail to plan, and it really don't have to be like that. What you know about an IRA or a tax-deferred 401k? What you gotta pay to the government? Ever heard of a tax-exempt retirement? That's info most folks don't know. What you gonna do if you live too long? What you gonna do if you die too soon? Can your spouse afford the house? Will your family go bankrupt if you get sick? You got a plan in place to cover medical debt? I'm not talking about Advil, I'm speaking on long-term ill. You ever seen a bill from that home where Big Mama went to live? It's like $73,000 a year. How you gonna pay for that? 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 You work hard every day, but you really don't like it. You're looking at a retirement crisis. Got a good education, got a good job, got the age and the time, but still got robbed in 2008 when the market crashed. Wanna tell your boss to kiss your bus pass, but you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. Said you can't cause you upside down and your savings on life support right now. So you wake up in the morning and you put on your game face. Then you run out the house late, headed to the same place. On the bus like I'm stuck in your car like I'm stuck. What you need is a solution, more income and less confusion. What you gonna do, where you gonna go, who you gonna talk to get the info and get money? You can talk to me, you can talk to me, we got what you need, or you can join the team. Build yourself and build your wealth by sharing what you learn with somebody else. Each one, teach one how money works. Stay compliant so nobody gets hurt. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Move like a union, be ambitious. We all independent, follow the system. Hey, this is Travis. This song was recorded to get your attention. I have some powerful financial information that you should hear. The things that you need to put in place for a solid financial foundation in case you live too long, die too soon, if you become disabled or need to go into a home, or if you simply need access to a tax-free supplemental retirement or emergency fund. We have the information to put these proper plans in place in case any of these things happen. Contact me at my email. That's TKEETONWFG@gmail.com. That's TKEETONWFG EETONWFG@gmail.com. Let's set up an appointment, sit down at the kitchen table or coffee shop somewhere. I'll show you the information. If you have the need and the means, let's get it done. Or if you're looking for a business with a great compensation plan and a proven system, you should join the team. I know this business isn't for everyone, but it's one of those rare situations where if we all follow the system, it can be a win for all involved. The companies win, the clients win, or the families win, the brokers win. We're entrepreneurs, we're our own bosses. Everyone is a broker. We can make good money and travel around the world on the company's dime. Let's at least try to do it.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass, with such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you think that you're fun. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fuck a buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghosts.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you be getting a ticket. And if you
Straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scans. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game.
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do. So don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic light, you already know. Get him, Jay!
We think it's the banning of
We are anonymous. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch Jerk Man will set you straight with some good all true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Back to the STIM Radio Show, where there's three men that don't have women and don't really give a shit. Maxwell Silverhammer, Cruise Control, and GJ Jerkman.
Hey, that was good.
You really felt that good?
That felt good, Jerkin.
Yeah.
That felt good if it was cathartic, man.
Yeah, it was. Just like letting
go. You know
go.
why it's cathartic, man? Because...
Why is that?
You know what? Friends are here for you, man. And you know what we're here for you?
Why?
We are here to pull your fucking head out of your fucking asshole.
It was in my asshole?
Yeah. Stuck up, you're smelling your own shit, feeling sorry for yourself, you know?
Yeah, I know. I hear a lot of that. I'm always self-pitying myself and stuff like that. You know what? And you're probably right. And I think the reason you were probably right.
I didn't say that you could do anything about it. I just said that's what you were doing. And our job is to try to help you remove your head from your ass.
Head from my ass.
Remove his ass?
It's not even like we're like laughing at you saying you do this to yourself. It's like, oh shit. It's like when you fall somewhere and you have to lift your friend up and get him to safety.
Right.
So your head just fell into your asshole. So now we're like, oh shit.
Yep. We better save him. Get him out of there.
Maxwell, grab one side. I'll grab the other. Okay, on the count of 3, pull. 1, 2, 3.
Grab a shoulder.
Yeah, grab a shoulder. Exactly.
Yeah, it's like you were digging and you fell into a trench or something, man.
But I was, I mean, I didn't. It's like life throws you curveballs.
Yes, it does.
Obviously.
That's for sure.
And I'm not, I'm not saying this because I'm like, hey, my life is great. Just keep your head up and keep rolling because I'm saying that because my life is.
You mean you're not going to tell me there's a silver lining to every cloud?
Well, there is a silver line. The the truth is that if it was really worth it, she would still be around.
That's true. Yeah. That is true. I mean, and for whatever reason, it didn't work out. I mean, obviously, I was too much for her. Maybe it wasn't enough for. I really don't know. I mean, I do have an idea, but
And you can always kill yourself faster now because of the 7-Eleven within reach, which you can grab like
more cigarettes, right?
I look at it this way, let that cancer take its fast course. What the fuck? We have fast everything else. Why can't I have? It is the ADHD world. Hey, I don't want to wait around to die. Just make it fucking instant.
It's like the downloads now. You can go to get a quick cancer download.
Yeah, shit. Why does cancer got to take so long when I can get my fucking downloads quicker than that?
Get your cancer as quick as your download.
You think that maybe somebody's gonna have a website at some point where you just download a disease?
Yeah.
I want AIDS.
Take yourself out.
It, dude.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do? I mean, it's one of those things in life,
Disease on demand. Yeah, it is one of those. It's one of those things, man. But
yeah. And I was kidding in the beginning. It's not that I don't care that I don't have somebody. It's just
what I was talking about earlier was it's been drilled into us as dudes to take responsibility for everything, right?
Right.
As guys, we fix things. What we do, we fix cars. We're supposed to fix relationships. And when a relationship breaks down, whose fault usually is it?
The male.
It's yours, of course.
It's
right?
either
it's our fault.
It's either our fault for being too emotional or not enough emotion, or some of them are liars, or some of them tell the truth too much. It's like whatever you seem to think is the right thing to do is never the right thing to do.
That's what happens when power and responsibility are all placed in one place. Women have the power, men have the responsibility, and especially in relationships. That's why when there's a domestic dispute and something happens, the guy gets arrested. In some states it's mandatory,
right?
That they have to have the male leave the property.
Isn't that amazing? Even if the woman beat the shit out of the guy, I guess it's
no, because he must have done something to deserve it. See,
well, of course he did.
Just like
he was
you
breathing.
To deserve it. See, you were honest, and then you realize, oh shit, I may have said some things that I didn't mean in a certain way.
Right.
This is how I'm taking what you said, what you wrote. This is my opinion because it seems like what you said. I'm not gonna.
Right.
And you said, okay, hey, listen, I said some things. I'd like to explain them. Were you given the opportunity to explain those things?
Not really, because
whose responsibility is it to give you that opportunity to explain those things?
That would have been her at that point.
Exactly. Your responsibility was, hey, I said some things. I'd like to clear them up. I'd like to talk about it, discuss it. Her responsibility is, if she wants to be in a long relationship, in a mature relationship, is not to blame it on you and say, well, I'm not going to do that. You shouldn't have said that at all. You should never make mistakes.
Right.
It's to go, okay, let me talk to you about it, and then work through it.
Exactly right. You're right. And then, of course, then after that, I didn't hear from her, she a little text, and she did say, I get it, I still love you and miss you, stuff like that. But then that was all I got that day. Then the next day was one little text, and I understood that she's at she's in her drill for 2 weeks and training and stuff. But I just thought there could have been a little more effort if you really cared. And even though she was mad or whatever, whatever it may have been, but to come back to me and talk, and we did talk Thursday on about it, and she kept focusing only on the fact that I'd said that. And I said, I've apologized 100 times. Let me explain why I did.
Well, the fact she was so angry, I mean, really, it wasn't like you went over and you blew up her house or you beat up her kids or did anything crazy.
Never did that.
It was like you were being... she was looking for an excuse to get mad at you. That's what's so scary.
That's where I think I'm coming from it, and it's a hard thing to take too. It's like an excuse to get mad at you so she could maybe cut it off without feeling bad about it.
Yeah,
because that's the thing. It's your fault. See, that's another thing. It's when you don't take responsibility, it's hard for you to learn how to. So instead of going, well, I've let this, I can break up with this guy, but I don't want to go through all that bullshit.
Right.
I'm going to wait until there's a point where I can find, where I can blame him. Instead of just going, whatever. I'm not saying that's the case. And I don't want to make any assumptions.
No, I understand.
About your relationship. My point is that it's not your fault. You can't blame yourself because of a relationship not working out. Now, because it's not. She's a human being herself.
Right.
So in other words, it's both your fault, both your responsibilities and faults when a relationship doesn't function well.
Right. It's up to both of us to see through that part and make it work if we want.
And like I was saying before, you did what you were supposed to do in terms of you felt you said something wrong or felt you said something you didn't mean in a certain way. So you apologized and said, hey, I did this. Now it's more of an insult to you now that she won't accept that apology and at least go forward with that if that's your thinking. I mean, obviously maybe she's just not talking to you because maybe she's playing that stupid game, the I'm going to make him guess game, which is a fucking stupid game, and that's her responsibility too, not yours. It is not your fault that she is not talking to you.
Yeah, because
because don't get that thing in your head. Well, it's your fault because you said this. That's why. No, you're making the conscious choice not to talk to me. I'm trying to talk to you to work things out. You are the one who's making the conscious choice now. So if anybody's at fault for not talking about this, it's you, because I've actually tried to.
Yep.
Right. And
she won't let you explain yourself.
Responsibility, man, and that's the thing. She won't let you explain yourself, and that's making. And she's gonna assume it's because your fault. It's the same old bullshit.
Yeah, and I mean, if it's
same old passive aggressive shit.
And if it was really something that she found that really meant a lot to her, you know, no matter how mad she could be at me for making that mistake, I did apologize. And the fact that not even talking to me about it or anything after that, that just saying, okay, it's over, off of one, you know, we were together going on, well, we've been going on 10 months. I mean, 9 just to the 23rd.
Was it? Oh, let's see, September or December.
Yeah, it would have been
December.
9 on the 23rd of last month.
Shit, you beat up me and Koala.
Yeah, and it would have been, you know, and it was something because we had talked about maybe getting married when she got back, what we were going to do when she got back. I simply explained, you know, I was having a bad time. You know, I've got a lot on my mind. I came back to a place that I never wanted to come back to. You know, she was leaving. I'm losing a ton more weight. I just got a lot resting on my mind. I couldn't even get the stuff I needed for my kids, for their school starting. I just had a lot going on, and I panicked a little. I'll admit it. You know, when I said what I said to her, you know, it was something that I was feeling, but I didn't express it maybe the way I felt I should have. I just kind of like,
yeah, but you're supposed to be perfect all the time.
Well, that's what
you're not supposed to make mistakes. Only she is perfect all the time, so she doesn't make mistakes.
No.
But you're supposed to be, and when you're not, then goddamn you, fucking jerk.
What about in a few weeks when she comes back and says, "I fucked up. Can we talk?" and all
she
that?
Won't do that. That's not her. That's not her MO. No, she won't do that. She's just not. I think she's the type that that when she cuts it off for whatever reason, she can switch it off, and I don't think she'll contact me.
Wow.
I think.
But if she does, and you still want to talk to her, then damn well you better do that, or I'll be fucking. Because you'll be playing a game with yourself.
No, I wouldn't. If she would, no, you're right. If she would come back, I would do that. If she would come back and want to sit down and talk, I'd be more than happy to do that. I mean, because there's nothing ever worse in the world than unresolved emotions and issues.
Yeah.
And not only that, but it's not like you're going to be able to see her anyways.
No.
You can't see her right now.
No.
So if she, I mean, I'm sorry about it, man. It's unfortunate, dude, and it pisses me off because all you're looking for is someone to be able. See, the truth is that you're looking for someone to be who can take the shit you say and mistakes sometimes that you make, and deal with that. And so if she can't, then this is the litmus test for a relationship. This is like probably one of the few times. I mean, you've had some bumpy issues before, from what I hear. But these are the types of things that actually prove whether the person's worth your time or not.
Yep.
And if she's not worth your time, guess what? She's not going to call you. And that's just the way it works. It's like it's a horrible way to think. And it's a terrible thing to think about it. Like, well, she's not talking to you, then she wasn't worth your time. And it's like, oh, that's bullshit. But unfortunately, it's true.
That's what's real.
Yeah.
That's the truth. It's a hard. Well, no, I don't. You know, because you don't want to hear it. You're like, no, but it's true. If she doesn't want to talk to you, then
can't make her talk to you.
No, of course.
Can't make her talk to you. And if she's gonna go off like that, that's why I had to stop talking to that one girl, and that I was totally obsessed with, in love with, quote unquote, years ago.
Right.
I realized at a certain point, that's the person she was, and I didn't want to be around that kind of person.
Yeah. Well, actually,
and if that's the kind of person she's going to be, which she's going to be, because like it or not, she's playing games with her head. Whether she realizes she is or not,
right?
She's playing games with you.
Well, yeah, because when we talked Thursday, she said this was a lot for her to digest because I did try to explain what I was feeling and what happened and why I said what I did, and it was a fuck up, and I understand that on my part. But I was at least putting it out there saying, hey, look, you know, I'm taking responsibility for what I said. I'm not trying to push this onto you. I'm simply saying I said it wrong. I should have done it that way. I'm sorry. Just forgive me for that if you can. Let's talk it out. And I explained all this stuff to her, and she told me that she would text me or call me or try to the next day. And that would have been Friday. And here it is.
You know, I like how she did the thing of, well, I'm going to decide whether or not we're going to be together. And I remember there was some statement she made where she said, I got to make a decision as to whether.
Well, she said she had to digest it.
That's a load of shit. That's called a game. That's when they want to fuck with you and just, you know.
Yeah, I have the power. Either you play or you don't. And like I said, I don't know what the situation's going. So I'm not saying she could be listening tonight. Probably not, but she might be.
I doubt it.
We haven't said any words negatively about her personally because it's not a personal thing.
No, it's not.
It isn't.
It's just she might not, in terms of my opinion, she might not just be the right kind of person for you because I wouldn't. That kind of shit would make me. That's why I don't bother, Jerkman, because I'm not going to bother I'm not going to bother trying if all I'm doing is chasing my own tail and playing games.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe that makes me alone or whatever. Yeah, well, hey,
yeah, well, but you'd rather be alone than go for, settle for something you don't want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the whole thing is, I mean, 9 months. Okay, 9 months is an eternity, obviously. But for me, it might be at this point in my life. But 9 months, I pretty much did everything, that I would think that you should do in a relationship. And there was a time when she had, as a matter of fact, a week before that she had done something with me that I had forgiven her for, that was put out there. And it just comes down to, it's kind of like, how do you not work on something if you truly give a shit? I just don't. To me,
how do you walk away from it?
And how can you not say anything?
Some people do. Some people have that. And those are the kind of people you want to stay away with the 10-foot pole.
Right.
Are the people that are going to walk away because they give a shit. Because that takes the control out of their hands. See.
Right.
And that's a bullshit thing where now she's got this control where she can dictate when she's going to contact you. And she might not even realize it. It's like, sometimes you don't realize you have power and that you're fucking with somebody.
Right.
But it is. It's the bottom line is it's bothering you. You're going, oh my God, is she going to call me? Yeah, I bet you every time your phone rings, you jump. Or you get a text.
Me, yeah. And that's one of the things I was going to say.
That's either an unintended thing she's doing, and hopefully it's unintended, or worst case scenario is it's intentional. And that's where you got to go, fuck this. I'm out of this shit.
Yeah, and it's like one of those things, because then I started texting her, and I'd be like, that Friday I had texted her and I said, so were you still planning on calling to talk tonight? There was nothing. And then the next day, because whenever we would call to talk to one another, we would text first and we would say things. And I said, we would usually say, are you busy? And the other one would say yes or no, so we knew that we could call or not. And so the next day I text her, are you busy? And nothing back. So to me, it was kind of really fucking with my head.
God, yeah.
So I'm sitting here putting up my emotions. I had to do something, because I'm sitting here thinking, wow, God, how could one mistake, granted it was a mistake, and it probably wasn't the best thing I could have said or done, but it was a mistake, and I even apologized instantly that night as we were talking. I said, look, this is why I don't like to talk like this, because sometimes what I'm thinking in my head and what comes out are two different things. And I said, I didn't mean it like that. I do want to be with you. I always want to be with you. I said, so I don't want you thinking that. And we had talked about it like that, and all she focused on was the fact that I said it in the first place.
Yeah, wow. See, that's bullshit. See, that's and unfortunately, that's what happens with a difference in maturity and age, and that's a 20s 30s thing.
Yeah, kind of
early 30s. Not for me. I mean, I think maybe me and Max are a little bit past that, but I see that's where.
Well, we're almost in our 40s now.
Very mature people, but these 20s, these people in 20s, I would never. It's.
Yeah, it's all.
It might be that a little bit mature thing, like well, you said something that was a mistake, and I can't believe you.
No, I'm not going to
that.
forgive you. I'm going to stay mad. Well, you know what? I'll tell you this. I remember in my 20s when people would, say something. I mean, you guys were, well, you may not, Jerkman, because you didn't know me in my 20s, but Cruise Control sure as fuck did. Remember, man, the little things would trigger me off, and I'm like, oh, fuck her. I'm not talking to her anymore.
Right. Yeah, and you wouldn't. And I'd be like, and you wouldn't talk to her again. You'd be like, fuck, I'm done with that bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Okay.
And it was that, and the fact that I could just turn that off so quick, and just be like, yeah, okay, yeah, you spent the night, you spent the weekend with me, you did this, you did that. I'm not talking to you.
I guess in our 20s it's easier to do because we think we've got a lifetime of everything going for us. And as you get older, you start to realize I used to have an on and off switch that I used to use a long time ago. If there was a girl and I wasn't into her so much and everything, and we'd be going out and I'd be like, turn it off, goodbye. Yeah. And I used to be able to do that. I don't know whatever happened to me, but I guess it's called I grew up. I realized that there's not an indefinite amount of time for anybody on this planet, and to find that somebody special is very it's unique, and it's something that doesn't happen that often.
Well, and two, you're probably going for people that you're actually wanting to be with, because you understand that, hey, I want what I want. Right. I don't deserve to just settle. So that's why breakups now seems like, and even you're right, even if it's somebody you really don't care that much about, you're still affected from that breakup.
Yeah, no matter what. And it just amazes me that in this day and age that to find somebody that you really care about and then to tell you the same thing and then just walk away that easy. I mean, okay, like I said, I did hurt her that night by saying that, but I instantly apologized and wanted to explain it.
Yeah, but
what did you say? I'd like to know what you said.
It's another symptom. Well, I don't know. I don't need to get that personal if you don't want to say it, but it's another thing entirely though that younger people do. It's that words hurt bullshit.
Yeah.
Words. Like
I'm
man,
hurt
like
by
all
your
right,
words.
you said some
Sticks and
fucked up
stones
shit,
may
all right,
break
let's
my
get over
bones,
it.
but
Yeah.
We'll talk about
names
it.
will
and
always
get
kill
over
me.
it. Yeah,
Well,
and
this-
now it's like, well, you really hurt me with those. Okay, I said some things.
I'll tell you what I said. I'll tell you exactly what I said. When I was that night, we had talked about, because the time before that we didn't have much time to talk, and during that 2-week period that she had left. I'll tell you the full scenario here so everybody can kind of get it a little bit better.
Okay.
But when she left, we were talking periodically the first 2 weeks. There was no problems. We talked in and out. We couldn't talk as much because she had a lot of training to do and she had some tests and stuff to go through. So we talked when we could, and I understood that. Then she called me on a Friday when she was supposed to be leaving the next day and called me around 6 something and said she was going out with all of her Army buddies and they were going to go out looking at cars and do some drinking and this and that, and they were going to be back early because they had to be up and on the bus by 6 or 7 in the morning to come back home here. And she goes, well, they're ready, because we were talking. She goes, well, they're ready. She goes, I'll call you as soon as I get back. And I said, well, what time's that going to be? She goes, well, if you're up, it's going to be, she said, I'll probably be back around like 11:30. I'm like, okay. Well, the scenario played out that me and Max actually happened. That was the night that the computer went down and blew up on us and burned out down to the thing.
Oh,
and
when you came and you had the beer with
so
me.
I went out and
Okay.
I thought, well, she's out. I'll go out and hang out a little bit because I'm here. I'm kind of disgusted with this day and everything. So we went out and hung out, and 11 o'clock came around, nothing. 11:30 rolled around, nothing. 12 o'clock rolled around, absolutely nothing. And I'm starting to think, wow, I hope she's all right, because now I don't know these people. She may know them. But even if you know somebody, if they're drunk behind a wheel, if you're drinking and, you could have an accident. I don't know how far away they were going. So I'm starting to get a little concerned.
Yeah.
So I hear nothing from her. So I text her. I was like, hey, you still going to call tonight? And there was nothing. And then I waited. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I texted her. I said, look, I'm really concerned. I'm having a hard time sleeping here. I just want to make sure you're okay. At least text me something or call. Nothing. So she gets back into town. I heard nothing that night. Early in the morning, about 6 or 7 in the morning, she gives me a text and says, we're on our way out now. And I'm like, wow.
Totally negligent on what you had been texting.
Yeah, nothing. There was no regards to anything I had said. Well, to make a long story short, after coming back and everything, she told me that her phone had died and all this other stuff. So she had sent me some pictures at another date before she left and put them on my computer. So I had gotten up. We both got onto each other's phone. We had nothing to hide, so we didn't give a shit. I took her phone downstairs, and I was going to record a video for her. And I started putting this on to record a video for her. So when she went back out, there would be something for her that she could see me saying, hey, I miss you, hon, love you, can't wait for you to come back. Something special that she would probably see later on down the line. Well, as I did that, trying to put it on, I was trying to blue beam it or whatever the fuck they call it, and her phone list came up. And I saw that she had texted a guy or called a guy at 1:15 that night that she told me her phone was dead.
Oh, and that was during the time you were texting.
And that was during the time I was texting her. And so she had lied to me, telling me that her phone was dead. She couldn't talk to me, and she walked in at around 11:30 and went right to bed because she was so tired. She goes, I took my pants and shoes off and went right to bed. She lied. She didn't even get out of there until 1 something, and so she lied to me about that also. So she lied to me about 2 different things.
Wow.
And
now see, okay.
It's hard to be unbiased now, right? It's like,
It's not even about being unbiased. It's just, if she's going to lie to you about that, why?
And that's what I said. And I even said that to her because I walked up and I said,
Because if you had lied about something like that,
that'd have been your balls, dude.
My God, I made a mistake by saying the wrong thing and apologized instantly.
Yeah. Well, what was the thing? What was the comment that triggered her?
Well, what I said to her is then that day, it seemed like it was going in a pattern again to where I tried talking to her